Have you ever felt like you're running a race on a treadmill? You're breathing hard, your muscles are screaming, and you're giving it 110%, but the scenery never changes. You're still in the same place you were a year ago. Society tells us that hustle is the only way. We're told that if we aren't exhausted, we aren't trying. But what if the very effort you're pouring in is actually holding you back? What if the secret to true progress isn't more sweat, but a sharper mind? Meet Thomas. He was the hardest worker in the valley. He woke up at 4 a.m., worked until his hands bled, and wore his fatigue like a badge of honor. But while Thomas was hauling buckets of water, his neighbor Richard was building a pipeline. One man was busy, the other was effective. Which one are you? Hard work is a virtue, but blind effort is a trap. When a severe drought hit the valley, Thomas didn't change his strategy. He just doubled his effort. He started waking up at 3 a.m. He carried 50 buckets a day. He thought he could outwork the sun, outwork the crisis. But your body isn't a machine. It has a breaking point. When Thomas collapsed in the dirt, the doctor didn't tell him he needed to work harder. He told him he was dying. This is the moment of truth many of us face. The painful realization that our current path is unsustainable. If your hard work is costing you your health, your family, and your peace of mind, it's not a path to success. It's a path to a breakdown. Thomas, desperate and humbled, finally approached Richard. "How do you do it?" he asked. "I work twice as hard as you, but you have twice the results." Richard smiled and shared a simple story. "Imagine two woodcutters," he began. "The first swings his axe for 12 hours straight. By noon, the blade is dull. By evening, he's exhausted, and the tree is barely notched. The second woodcutter works for 10 hours, but every hour he stops for 10 minutes to sharpen his axe." Thomas realized he had been swinging a dull axe for years. He was so busy swinging that he didn't have time to sharpen the blade. Are you too busy working to improve the way you work? Are you swinging a dull axe in your own life? To truly change his life, Thomas had to adopt 3 radical principles. Pillar 1, systems over effort. Don't haul buckets if you can build a pipeline. Thomas invested in a drip irrigation system. It cost money up front, but it saved him 6 hours of labor every single day. Look at your life. What repetitive task can you automate or delegate? What system can you build to make your effort more efficient? Pillar 2, focus over hustle. Thomas was trying to grow 5 different crops and mastering none. He cut it down to 2. He stopped being mediocre at many things to become excellent at a few. Success isn't about doing everything. It's about doing the right things with intense focus. Pillar 3, rest as strategy. Richard taught him that a rested mind sees opportunities that a tired mind misses. Rest isn't a reward for finishing work. It's a non-negotiable requirement for doing great work. It's when you step away that your subconscious mind often solves the problems your conscious mind was struggling with. 6 months later, Thomas was a different man. He worked 7 hours instead of 15. He was 40% more profitable, but more importantly, he was present. He had dinner with his wife. He played with his children. He was no longer a slave to the soil. He was the master of his craft, living a life of purpose and peace. Your challenge this week is simple. Find one bucket you are hauling, one task that drains your time with little return. Ask yourself, is there a sharper axe I could be using? Stop swinging the dull blade. Take the time to sharpen your mind, build your systems, and protect your rest. Because the world doesn't reward you for how tired you are. It rewards you for the value you create. Sharpen your edge. Start today. If this story resonated with you, hit that like button, subscribe for more insights, and share your own sharpened edge moment in the comments below. Your journey to working smarter begins now.